Hi, welcome to Conversation with Friends. I am your lovely host, Jubilee Gamaniel. Let's get comfortable. If this is your first time being here, welcome. This is a space where we have meaningful conversations around motherhood, womanhood, growth, and what it really looks like to build a life while finding yourself within it. Let's start by taking a deep breath. Yes, let's relax, let's get comfortable. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, your cup of tea, whatever it is that's your vice, glass of wine, a glass of champagne, a mimosa, a cocktail, a mocktail, whatever it is, and let's dive into the conversation. I love my baby, but I miss my old life. Can we be honest for a second? Truly, I know these are things that we're not allowed to say out loud as mothers, and I even feel guilty even saying it right now, but I really do miss my old life. I miss the freedom of it, just being able to do whatever, whenever, however it is that I wanted to do it. And honestly, I miss like the quiet because sometimes it's like I just want to sit with myself. And it's not that I do not have quiet moments. I do have quiet moments now, but sometimes I just want like I don't know, there's just like the quiet moments have to be like curated. The quiet moments have to be like planned, right? I wish I could just have moments where it's just quiet in my house like the entire day. And there's nothing wrong with me. I just want that quiet, right? And I also miss like just the spontaneity of doing things. Like I could just talk to my friends right now and just be like, oh, I'm gonna be in LA. I'm gonna hop on a flight tomorrow and be in LA. I'm gonna hop on a flight and be there in like 2 seconds. I miss that aspect as well. And then I also miss my old routines, like just being able to wake up at 6 a.m. and just kind of go with the flow, or waking up at 6 a.m. and just like work out and this. And I really knew exactly how my day will go because with a baby, you don't really have that. Every day is not as predictable. So I miss that. And I really miss my old body. I really do. I miss like I don't know. I just miss my old body. Like right now, I'm still like figuring out like my body. I'm still like I'm working out. I'm getting like back into shape and things. And some days I'm patient with it, and then some days it just feels so hard. Like it just feels like I'm working so hard and nothing is like happening. I need my body to just go back to where it used to be. Where I used to be just super fit, super toned, right? And I currently have, and I've spoken about this in my pregnancy story, I currently have fibroids, which are about 23 centimeters. That's huge. It's like the size of a watermelon. And I'm gonna have those removed very soon, but still, just because it's like protruding, it still makes me feel like I'm still pregnant. That heaviness makes me still feel like I'm still pregnant. And then because I'm breastfeeding as well, it's like I feel like sometimes I feel overstimulated. You know what I mean? Like because there's always someone like touching you or like breastfeeding or all of that. So it's just sometimes I still I have moments where I miss my old life and I feel guilty. Like I feel guilty when I think like that, but then I have to learn like these are like natural human thoughts. These are natural human feelings, human emotion. It doesn't mean that I love my baby less. It doesn't mean that I love my life, this particular life less. It doesn't mean that I do not have joy in this one. It's just the reality that I do sometimes miss my old life. To be honest, also it's like you kind of lose yourself overnight because I know people always say, oh, if you prepare for your pregnancy, if you really prepare for motherhood, like you'll be able to ace it. But that's not really true because it's so unpredictable. You don't know what's waiting for you on the other side. And one thing that my doctor even told me when I was pregnant is like, no two pregnancies are even the same from the same person. So it's like there's that guilt of feeling all of these things, missing your life because you feel like because you miss that life, that means you're not happy in this one. But those two things can actually exist. And then social media doesn't make it easy either, right? You go on social media and it just seems like a lot of people have it together. And yes, I know a lot of people do have community. They have people who are helping them out. They have support. They have great support, right? And sometimes even with the support, you still feel lonely because that's what postpartum does, this like thing to you where it's like even with that you still feel lonely because you feel like you've lost autonomy to your body, to your time. into the things that you want to do, and it happens very instantly, and nobody really kind of prepares you for it. Yes, you can read books, yes, you can do all of these things, but nobody really prepares you for it until you are in the thick of it, right? Because your baby has to dictate the way that things go. Like the lifestyle has been dictated by the baby being present, right? So you kind of like lose yourself because you naturally fall into like wanting to nurture, wanting to care, and so sometimes it's you feel guilty for saying it out loud. Like you wonder, like if you say it to other moms, like would they be looking at you weird? Like would they be looking at you like, oh my god, And then on social media too, it's like when you go into the comment sections of people and you see like someone just being a mom being vulnerable of how hard motherhood is, right? And then people are like in the comment section saying things like, well, then you shouldn't have been a mother, then this way. I'm like, what? Like life is hard, yes, and being a mother is even harder because you're not just thinking about yourself, you're thinking about someone else, and you're trying to keep another human being alive. And so sometimes it's like so discouraging to even be vulnerable or even talk about these things. But I just decided this episode, you know what? I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be vulnerable. I miss my old life, but I love my baby very much. But I miss the quiet. I miss the spontaneity. I miss the my old routines. I miss my old body. I really do. I really do. And I really love my baby though. So, so much. Every time I see him smiling or looking at me and stretching his hands now towards me to carry him, it gives me great joy. Yeah. One thing that has really helped me during this season of my life truly is therapy, because one thing my therapist has reminded me over and over again is that two things can exist and be true. They do not have to, one doesn't have to cancel out the other. And so during one of our therapy sessions, we're having a conversation and she told me, she said, yes, it's normal for you. It's human for you to like miss your old life, your old routine. She said, you've been doing this for years, by yourself, year in, year out. You've had routines, you've had, things, and motherhood is new to you. It's changing every day. It's something that you're learning, right? And so it's only normal that you have moments where you're like, I wish things could just go back to where they used to be. It doesn't mean that you're not happy. It doesn't mean that you don't love your baby. And it doesn't mean that you want your old life back. It's just a human feeling, and you're allowed to feel that, because if you allow yourself feel it as opposed to like numbing it or pushing it to the back of your mind or just like kind of suppressing it, it's still going to come back to the surface. So allowing the emotions pass, allowing the process of whatever it is that you're thinking pass through, right? It allows you and gives you power to be able to overcome. But not just that, it allows you to actually acknowledge that emotion, because acknowledging is very important. Acknowledging the emotion, like, oh my God, I really do miss my life. I'm not fighting to get it back because I love this new life as well. But it's like acknowledging that, yes, I miss that life. I just genuinely miss it, right? Another thing she reminded me also is like that I am adjusting to like a new identity, right? Because you keep carrying identities through your life, like friend, sister, friend, sister, daughter, and all of these things, right? And even when you're a friend, you kind of show up for your friends differently, right? So you kind of like show up for them in a certain way, and you kind of adjust your time or whatever the need is that your friend has in those moments, right? It's the same thing too. Motherhood is like a new identity that you're taking on, something that you've never done or experienced before. And so taking on that identity also is very real, very different, and it's the same thing too. You can apply this to like even marriage, like being a wife, right? That's a new identity you're taking on. So you're learning how to show up, how to present, how to be a great partner, right? And that's what happens when you try to like evolve. That's what happens when you try to rediscover yourself, right? It's just you're getting into new territories where you were not before, and it's uncomfortable because it's new. But then as you continue to like do it, or you continue to like practice it and do it, then you start to build a muscle for it where you're not feeling as overwhelmed, or you're not feeling like, oh my God, I miss my old life, because you're gonna like finally get into that motion of your new life where you're really just enjoying it. And for me right now, I feel like I'm beginning to find a rhythm for myself. Every now and again I will still go back to like thinking like, oh my god, I miss my old life, but I'm beginning to find a rhythm that I'm enjoying. I'm beginning to find my own pace. I'm beginning to do my own things, like express myself through my art, which is like doing my podcast or creating content as well. It's been really helpful to be able to do those things, and it's been helpful on my mental and helpful on my physical too. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is just like honest thoughts swirling in my head. And another thing I want to add is like, also, grief doesn't mean that you're mourning a life or something that you've lost, right? Sometimes grief means that everything has changed, because change is happening really quickly for you, especially when you're a mother. It can make you feel very overwhelmed because, one, you like have hormones as well that are trying to like balance out, right? And you're having sleepless nights, you're tired constantly because you're trying to make sure and take care of the baby. So there's a lot of things that are happening, especially in the beginning, all at once. So it can feel very overwhelming. And so sometimes there's like that grief of like that, or that feeling of like, oh, I want my old life back, right? Or missing that old life. But then also I'm learning that I need to, again, let myself feel the emotions and acknowledge the emotions, but not just acknowledging and feeling the emotions, but also allowing myself go through the process and understanding that it is a slow process to like transition and really get it, get into the rhythm of it. Just like anything that you start, you need time to get into it. You need time to find the rhythm for it. You need time to make it into a habit, or you need time to like really build a muscle for it. And so I'm telling myself, and I'm trusting myself now, I'm learning rather to trust myself, that one, I do things well, and two, I make good decisions. And also, as slow as the process might feel right now, I am okay with it. I'm comfortable with it, because I know that what's waiting for me on the other side is going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. And now I get to carry on another identity of like being a mom, being a sister, being a friend. And I love it. And I really, really love it, because it's also forcing me to slow down. Something that I do not do and I've never done as long as I've known myself. I've always been like in like the hustle culture. So it's forced me to slow down, and because I'm slowing down and I'm enjoying the process, it kind of allows me really see what I want to carry on into this next phase of my life. Like, what do I want to carry on, and what do I want to drop right in this next phase of my life? So it's been for lack of a better word, actually, I would say it's been rewarding. Yes, it's been rewarding so far. This is something that was just like floating in my head, and I thought this is something that we should discuss on the episode, because I think that sometimes we have these thoughts in our heads, and yes, I understand not everything has to be on the internet and not everything has to be discussed. But I think also it's important that other moms listen to something, or other moms see the other side of it, where they don't feel like they're crazy, or they don't feel like they're getting it wrong, or because they're thinking about the fact that they missed their old life, right? That means that something is wrong with them. And one of the things also that stood out to me, especially during my birth, is I've always seen like in the movies, or when people tell you like as soon as your baby comes out and they put the baby on your chest, right? Oh my God, immediately you're just gonna connect to the baby or whatever. And that's not really true, because for me, as soon as the baby was out, I didn't have like an instant connection when you put him on my chest. I felt more a sense of responsibility in terms of, this is a human being that I've made, and I need to make sure that they stay alive. I wanted to make sure, maybe subconsciously there was like this part of me that just wanted to protect and nurture, yes, but there was no like connection where it's like, oh, everybody talks about how like, oh my God, immediately, instantly, you just feel it immediately. I didn't feel it immediately. It took some time. Now I feel it 100%, but it did take some time for me to get to that point where I felt like there was a connection. And in the beginning, I was like feeling shitty about it. Like, oh my God, maybe like, I have issues with my emotions. I have issues with the way that I feel. But no, like it's real, like it's real life stuff, because I've spoken to other mothers, other friends that I have who are mothers, and they told me, yeah, they didn't instantly have that connection. And I've had mothers who instantly had the connection, and it doesn't take away like from anyone's experience, right? Because some mothers do have that instant connection, and there's nothing wrong with that, and then some mothers do not, and it's okay. Like, it's really okay for all of us to have different experiences. We do not all have to be the same, because this idea of sameness, where it's like if it's not going this way, or if it's not happening for you this way, or if motherhood is not on this linear journey, that's like it has to be this linear journey, then you're not doing it right, or that means you're not getting it right, or that means you're not doing, you're not getting anything right. And I'm just like, nobody gets it right the first time, not even the second time, because not two pregnancies are the same. But not just that, also, we really are just doing life for the first time, all of us, like literally everybody that you see is doing life for the first time. Hence the reason why we keep trying to reinvent ourselves, because the more we know, the more we learn, the better we want to become, right? The more present we want to become. So I think we're all just doing life and we're just winging it for the first time, and we're allowed to feel the way that we want to feel, as long as we're letting the emotion pass through, or letting the feelings pass through, but also acknowledging those feelings and being patient with ourselves and understanding that everybody's journey is different. So this episode is one for someone who feels like they're not getting it right, or they feel like they're not doing motherhood the right way, or they're trying to reinvent themselves and they feel like they're not doing anything the right way. I want to let you know there's no right or wrong way to reinvent yourself. Well, I'm not saying go out there and be a bad person, but there's no right or wrong way. Just do it your way, because honestly, even the people who guide you or show you the ropes or whatever, they go off of other people's experience, right? And other people's examples, and that might not be true for you. So just remember to hold space for the love and the loss, meaning the love that you have now, which is your baby and this beautiful life that you're building with your baby, and the loss, which is that your old life is now gone and your old self is gone, but you get the opportunity to reinvent yourself. You get the opportunity to be whoever it is that you want to be. And also remember, like, to just make yourself the priority sometimes as well, because when you are the priority and when you take care of yourself, when you pour into yourself, then it's way easier for you to show up for other people and to be able to pour into other people as well. So I really hope that this episode makes you feel like you're not alone. So if you're someone who feels like you're grieving your old life, or you feel like, I love my baby, but I really miss my old life, I hope that this lets you know that you are not alone. You're not on this journey alone. And when you come out the other side, you will come out strong, and you will come out resilient, and you will come out the badass mama that I know you can be. Yes. If you loved this episode, please share it with your friends. Share it with someone that you think will benefit from this. And do not forget to share. Do not forget to subscribe. We're also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well, so you can take a listen if you do not want to watch it on YouTube. Please, please, please do not forget to subscribe on YouTube, and do not forget to follow us on all social media platforms. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic day. Take what you need and leave what you want. And I will see you on the next episode. Have a fantastic day. Whew.